been? I know it's been about like almost a year since I dropped my last episode, but I'm back, okay? I promise. I promise. I promise. On this goofy, long awaited pause break, I don't even know if this even exists anymore podcast on Hey Hev. I'm about to go in, okay? Okay. So please tune in for a lot more. Don't be doing what you've been doing. Okay? Tune in. So as I'm looking down, I have my note cards because I'm trying to be professional and stuff. But okay. So where I left off, I briefly kind of wasn't sure, but also just something for me to think about on my last episode on Hey Hev, I quit, or am I gonna stay, or am I gonna go, and things like that. And I knew that I was never going to leave this podcast, this platform that I'm still learning how to navigate, but I knew deep down I needed a break for myself. And I also felt like I did not have a direction where to continue with my post-grad situations, me dealing with life as a young adult, me being a black woman in general. And I also needed to still post on here without also trying to be all whatever I wanted to continue. I had all these expectations that this is how my thing is going to be, and that this is going to be this and that, and in reality I gotta use what I have and go from there. Even this episode tonight feels like that as well. But outside of my overthinking moments, I did put out a few things on my channel throughout this year. I wanted to kind of try out something new while to keep you guys waiting, because not a lot of people, but a few people who's been in my circle, or people who's been kind of getting to know me, has wanted me to continue with my podcast. I didn't think that I inspired a few people, but I guess I have, and I was just like, I might as well come back. But in between those times, I did put out my music diaries. Fell flat, but hey, I'm glad I did it though, because it was more of a dedication to my younger self a little bit, because as you guys are still getting to know me, I still love music. I just did not know what direction I wanted to take. And then I did fall flat with not being consistent enough. And I wanted to be more in the present moment. I took this break too, not just because of other situations, but I also wanted to take a break because I knew I needed to be in the moment. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, what happened next? Because I don't know. What happened next? So simple. Being on social media has its pros and cons. Sometimes when I get ideas scrolling, whether I see something cool that caught my attention, whether it is a cool effect on a few people that I follow or people who I admire the most, or it could be just something simple about marketing, or how I want to brand myself a lot more. That to me inspires me a lot to this day, even as I'm doing different things, but I overthink it a lot, and I know how it can be. Then if it wasn't just the pros, it was the cons, and it was me making comparisons, me looking at how far I came in the past. You guys know me from when I did my road to graduation at the time. Then I came up with the idea of my podcast and things like that, and then me looking at the amount of views I got for this versus that, and I just felt like, dang, do I even want to do this anymore, and whatever. But I had to realize, you're a small content creator, so you're in it for the long run, not a quick shot. So I don't know what your point was, but it was the amount of me looking at my subscribers, or the amount of views or likes, and I have to realize that, okay, if this, okay, for example, on TikTok, on one of my videos for Black History Month, that had a lot of views this year, versus my music episode or my summer dump video I did, they had good amount of views too. But at the end of the day, not everything is going to be what I think it is. I have to think outside the box and not overthink it. And also too, it's about consistency, and we'll get into that too. But I'm learning not to be obsessed with the numbers, okay? Because like, there's so much more to life than about the amount of views, clicks, and all of that stuff, okay? It's about the message, okay? So what have you learned? Because I haven't learned anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, what have I learned so far is being more active in my local community. Over the spring, I got connected with someone who works for Cinependent, and Cinependent is a independent film festival where they showcase a lot of independent artists or filmmakers and directors and many more, etc., who wants to showcase and tell their stories and celebrate so many people who wants to grow in this industry. And with me, I came across it because I knew that there's so much more that I want to achieve. As you guys know that, or as you guys are getting to know me, is that I want to be so much more than just a podcast host. I want to maybe go into film someday or go into something similar towards it. And to do that is make many connections as much as I can, or be part of events like this. And also too, I felt very connected that day, and it made me look at storytelling differently now. Outside of local events and connections, I came across a few content creators who I subscribe to. One of them is Wit and Wire. Their podcast has a way of like showcasing where you want to grow in podcasting. It could be about the type of equipment you're using, or how you want to outline your episodes, or interacting with some of your guests. Either way, I love that about Wit and Wire. And with one of my favorite YouTubers, her name is Vanessa. I'll put her last name on here too. But what I love the most about her, the way she structures her videos and playlists has a way of you wanting to grow on YouTube or social media in general. Even in this episode right now is kind of like helping me to get better at how I want to film a lot more, or to do a lot more on this channel, and never know what to expect. And more than anything, and I don't talk about it enough, but it's about my faith in the Lord. It could be as small as a penny or big as a house, but I'm learning that I have to have faith, because without faith, I wouldn't even wanting to do this even again. And hopefully I get the chance to talk about it a lot more every so often on here, but we'll go from there. And last but not least, how the heck are you coming back? Simple. I want to be more content within myself while I'm working with some of the episodes. I want to showcase a lot more, whether it's collaborating with other people, or with my peers, or within new things to talk about. I want to try something new. Like, I never know what I like until I try it. It could be something random within my interests. Like, it could be like something smoothies related, and how I could combine those two things. I don't know, but trying something new. And I want to be consistent as much as I can. I know I got to be consistent. But more than anything, I want you guys to know that I'm in it for the long run, and I want to have fun, and I also want to be real and honest within you guys and within myself. And I'm your host, Heav. This is where everything continues. I never left, really, but I knew I needed to come back and showcase a lot more. And if you guys want to get your episodes, or how you guys listen to my episodes, it can be on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, and of course, if you guys don't listen but you watch, it's available on YouTube. So please subscribe to my channel, Heav, and I'm back, okay, with more episodes, with more music, nostalgia moments, life-changing things, and maybe deep dives or something like that. I don't know. We'll go from there later. Bye.